when it comes to Mickey Mouse shorts, I'm usually very fond of them. Mickey Mouse is, of course, as a classic Disney character, one of my favourites. And the 1942 short, Mickey's Birthday Party, is quite good fun, but I found that it began to kind of sag in the middle, and it just stopped being interesting for a little while, and I watched it several times over the course of a few days before I decided to discuss it, just to see if it was the mood I was in. But unless I've been in the same mood for several days, I just feel like it loses its appeal quite quickly after the dancing scene, and I will talk about that in a moment. But after the dancing scene, it just kind of goes downhill. And considering this is only 7 minutes in length, I think almost 8 minutes, it kind of just stops maybe around the 3 or 4 minute mark. Not that the rest of it is bad as such. The animation quality is fine. The narrative still develops itself towards the final scene, which I won't divulge just in case you want to watch it. The final scene is relatively comedic. And, you know, the music is good. The character of Mickey, I think, is well presented. He is, of course, having a birthday. And basically they're having a big surprise party for him. I realise I haven't actually explained what it's about yet. They're having a surprise party for him. He comes home, he gets some gifts. He begins to do a dance while Minnie plays the piano. Off screen, Goofy is baking a cake. Things begin to go wrong with that. And then ultimately it runs towards the climax of the short film where something else goes wrong, but in a very hilarious way. I'd say hilarious, I'm using the word loosely, but I think for the younger audience it probably would have been quite entertaining. So the introduction is really good, and we get all of these different characters. We have Clarabelle Cow, as I said, Goofy, Donald's there, Pluto, Minnie, Clara Cluck, who is not a character I'm overly familiar with, voiced by Florence Gill, or Gill, who does did a lot of voiceover work with Disney. So that's exciting. And then we get Mickey kind of doing a little bit of what I felt like was going to turn into a tap dance. It never really did, but it was engaging and I enjoyed the animation style and the music was really good. And then it just, I don't know, I just feel like it stops being interesting after that point. It's not bad, but certainly compared to the quality of a lot of other Mickey Mouse shorts, it just didn't quite live up to it for me. This is apparently either the 114th or 116th Mickey Mouse short. Wikipedia decided to claim that it is both of those numbers. Certainly by this point there have been many of them. They started in the 30s or late 20s. We're now in the 40s and the animation style for Mickey is nailed. You know, it's really good. And this is also one of the ones in which Mickey is voiced by Walt. Can't complain there. It has its good point. It has its good moments. I did enjoy watching it, but it's never going to be one of my favourites.